turn into Captain's log. I'm not sure which one this is, but I think it's like 8 or 9 maybe. Uh, I've had the last 2 or 3 days off. Did something positive. I finally started working on finishing up my website. I have pictures of my clothing now that I'm catching up on. And I'm catching up on sleep. I've been getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep over the last like 3 days or 2 days or so. Even though there's a thing in this world of so-called staying woke, you always have to be able to still get sleep because the brain has to rest for it to recover, for the body to recover. So that's one of the things I'm trying to start prioritizing. I want to say everything I've been through in life has brought me to this moment. And this moment is just pure bliss because it's just constantly learning what works and what doesn't work. And just allowing myself to keep growing, man. Just learning that a lot of people's projections and insecurities are coming out more than ever. So it's most important for me just to stay grounded, stay in the moment, and just overall to stay focused on what I can control, because there's a lot of things in this world that I can't control, even though I am such a powerful force, as we all are, as we realize who we are as people. That's why it's so important for us just to reclaim our power and take that power back, and just remind ourselves to keep doing things that resonates with who we are. So just always reminding yourself that how great you are and how blessed and fortunate you are for each day. And remembering to sometimes just take a break and just step back. Like I was just playing basketball and I just was starting to see like a lot of like weird projections of my basement, my house and shit. But I understand that, like, as someone who was a Tauntonist to the land, who was let me say this right, a Tauntonist to the land and a prisoner of war in his own land, you have to remember that we're so traumatized that all we know is how to live out of survival in places of trying or attempting to recover from that while at the same time engaging in more trauma. So you have to learn how to, like, not play with energies, but always be present in the moment and know that we're always under fire. So as being someone who's always under fire, you learn how to survive and like play like a tug of war with energy, because you always have to remind yourself that you have the power to control and change your situation at will. So always remember, it's up to you and not someone else. You have to just constantly work and just remind yourself that everything can change once you change your thought pattern. And as you change your thought pattern, you'll cleanse the trauma and things in your body, because it's all about cleansing the nervous system so you can learn how to teach the body how to be calm again, and just be adaptable in all situations, because there's so much going on at 1 second that you have to constantly learn how to. I mean, we're under surveillance 24/7, so you have to find coping mechanisms to keep your mind calm, and also like not allow this pervasive energy just that to take in everything that you're going through. And this is my first time being outside, like in nature, on one of my days off in a while. This isn't nature, like I'm still like around houses and not enough trees, but it's close enough. It's the closest that I'm going to get. And then, sometimes you have to slow down just to remind yourself that you have to be able to see the bigger picture. Because if you're not able to see the bigger picture, you're going to be caught in somebody else's illusion and projection of what your life is and what it could be. And seeing that we're always just trying to find ways to escape our present moment, you have to be the one, still getting attacked. You have to be the one who is calm and remain grounded in all situations. Because our crown chakras are so under attack from the chemtrails and the food we eat, you have to understand our nervous system and our body is just not ever really at rest, so we can't really ground the way we used to. Well, we're supposed to, so we have to find ways of just remaining present, because being grounded is something we're never going to be able to obtain again. So at this point, it's just more of remaining present and remaining in the space of right now, and that's the gift of living in the present. So you just always have to remind yourself that it's not about you, it's about the collective. And just remember that Life is everlastingly always changing, so you have to be able to adapt to what's going on around you. If you can't adapt to what's going on around you, at some point you will end up in situations and places that you won't be physically able to change, but spiritually you can change and adapt to. Like one of my situations right now where I'm at 29 is I'm not able to change my physical situation, but spiritually I'm able to grow and connect branches to the people that I need to meet and be not attached to, but I had to lead from this life of I to this the life of we, the life of us from the life of them. And that's one of the biggest things I'm learning because my aura is like damaged or ripped. I have to do so much more repairing for my aura, and always pushing people off of my aura, and like because the aura is an extension of the mind. If you have trauma, your aura is always going to be ripped open and torn. So it's just like trying to birth a world while like birth a new world while at the same time dealing with trauma, but at the same time learning about what society is projecting upon what is this new alpha male that's being birthed. Because the alpha male that we were taught, that we saw and knew, is more ego driven rather than being I guess to say being having a strong core in the sense of family. As in family, I mean just a tribe, protecting that tribe and not really being sustained upon protecting the image. Because anytime you portray an image, not portray an image, but anytime you embody an image, I mean the image can sell. One of the things I do is I do project avatars out there to the world for people to understand. It's just like my calling card. Like Jaguar never advertises itself. Like I never, well not Jaguar, but Lamborghini never advertises itself, but it still is known and out there. And I like to live my life as if I'm under that persuasion, and I'm under that essence of knowing that I am constantly growing and getting better. Because as I'm here doing this, I'm still getting attacked. So it's not like one of those things where you just know it. It's just a feeling that's very uncomfortable. And you like, as somebody as me, is like I have like such a strong intuition and spidey system. Like I see it, I feel it, and then it's like look around for it, try to find it, try to pinpoint it. After you pinpoint it, work around it and not work with it, and then just like kind of cut the cord with it and let it do what it's supposed to do. Because everything's not meant for everybody. And as it's saying that, a lot of the things that I thought was my embodiment of my work that I had to do wasn't really for me. It was actually like another person that I knew like projecting upon me. And as I got to that point, that's when I started learning like who was for me, who's not for me. And as soon as I got to that point, I kind of just let the things go that didn't really resonate with me anymore. And I'm still at that place of letting go of the things that don't resonate to me anymore. I'm just learning how to not persevere but get strong in the ways that I can't control. Like a lot of things in life I'm strong enough to endure, but you don't have to fight every battle that's not yours. Like a lot of this stuff that I go through it's not for me to, it's hard to say it's not for me to not learn from, but it's for me to understand what is going on with the current society that I'm living in and not embody that problem and that essence of the poison that is given to us to transmute. Because once you learn to transmute, you learn what's for you and what's not for you. And a lot of things that aren't for you, you can try to like work with them and not work against them. Because a lot of things it's for, as a man, it's for you to grow from, and it's not something that you have to live in. And like a lot of people I'm attracting are like hurt people, and it's like I do this service of like pretty much people fighting demons and shit, and they're able to come to me, and just like that shit just leaves their body and attacks me. And it's like that's what you're seeing right now is me like kind of working through it, and like that's why I look uncomfortable, because like this is the shit that like it's other people's sadness and shit. Like instead of somebody just saying like I'm hurting, like maybe I should just go over there and talk to her. But if I do, like this is the game they play. It's like you send a cute girl my way, right? You say, all right, you send a cute girl my way, and then there's the cop right there. Like honestly, a cop just drove past me. So this is the game that they keep encouraging me with. It's like because my aura is still like torn and hurt. Like this is the purpose of doing Path 7. Like while this shit is happening, I could be able to like journalize it and then like make sense of it. Cause I'm not gonna show the picture of the girl. But today I want to say it's March 15th. So back in time, if they ever say I did something on March 15th, this is me proving how it happens, why it happens, and what it is, like in higher dimensions. So pretty much, a woman who was just dressed in all black just walked past me. And then while she was getting out of her car, I kind of felt the energy that was on her and like pervading her or whatever it was. So I'm just kind of sitting here, just like I said, doing this video, which you've seen for the last like 8 to 9 minutes. And as she walked past me, I felt like a spirit kind of like not molest me, but it was like a real weird, like a weird feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't ever like explain it, but it was just a real uncomfortable feeling. So as the man that I am, I can kind of like work with it because I work like this is the Amazon shit that I do, just like always being out in the world and like dealing with all these different energies. It's something that you pick up on. And once you pick up on what it is, you learn from it, you move on from it. As it be, it's like it constantly happens. It's never something I kind of, because my body is so used to going through, like, I don't want to say my body's used to it, but my body's used to it. And it's like no matter what of the situation, I have to learn how to get faster with it, knock that shit out, and keep constant back. Because if not, you'll, like back in the day when I used to be around people, I used to go on a rant, get mad, get pissed, like I don't want to deal with this shit. It's like it's not that I don't want to deal with it. It's a simple fact that like I'm not getting paid for all of it, and like I gotta keep working while at the same time dealing with more and more entities. So it's like it's hard. It's not hard in a way that like it's impossible to deal with. It's for the fact that like I have to still like keep growing from it, you know? Because like it's so much interference that you would take as something that's not interference if you don't know what to look for. That it's like you have to constantly like not be on guard because that's not a way to live in the defensive. You want to be happy. You want to like this is a total tirade off of what I was going on. So I kind of wanted this to be long, but you know, cut all that. Get back to what I was talking to with the girl. So like I said, I pretty much explained it, but and then like I said, after that happens, a cop will drive past, and it's like it's triggered. It's the trigger. It's the what's named innocent offense. And then like at the same thing now, like two quote unquote alpha males are coming to the court now, and they're like in that like show boasty like kind of weird energy. So me knowing that, it's like, do I dig more into that fake shit, or as an alpha male that I am, do I just like detach from it? And that's the lesson in life, is learn to detach. Because if I go into it, it's like I'll go over there, do that shit, then like I'll feel some kind of way. Because then at that, like that spirit that I'm still fighting off will end up attacking me, and I'll end up having to go piss or some shit. But like I said, once you learn it, you figure out what to do with it. Because at the end of the day, bro, once you get there, it's like, all right, I'm not going back to these places I once graduated from. And as you graduate, you learn to just not go back to places that you already graduated from. Because like you said, if you drive the boat, it's no point in like getting mad at the people that's around or trying to get on to the boat. Because everybody just wants your attention. And once you understand how precious your attention is, at that point, you just learn how to, like I said, like this is the job of being alive and shit. And it's just like, it's never complained about, but it's just like, I'm not trying to do all this work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool, but it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the entertainers, like certain people that get off on this shit. I don't get a high from this shit. This shit is like, I'd rather be off the grid somewhere rather than like dealing with all the stupid shit that I gotta deal with. But it's something you learn from, you grow from, and you move forward. Like you never cry about the situation, because at the end of the day, once you get to your place in life where it all makes sense, you're gonna get to a place where it's just like, damn, well, this was preparing me for this. Damn, well, this was preparing me for this. This is how I got here. This is how I got there. And everybody who was once laughing at you is gonna try to emulate you and be like you. So it's like, which way do you want it? Because you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't like try to be a legend and then like when the slander and shit comes with it, you can't like say, hey, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like the slander is always gonna be there. The bullshit's always gonna be there. But it's just like, it's up to you if you go and like sit here and like get triggered on everything that happens to you in life. And like I said, me, I don't really like. I'm not gonna get triggered by shit that doesn't affect me anymore. It doesn't. It's just like a scar, bro. Like as long as the scar keeps getting cut and it keeps growing, if you allow the scar to heal itself truly, you won't be affected and triggered by everything else that's going on by people. So like I said, this is still like it's an attack, bro. It's like it never stops, and it comes off as ways that are very like nonchalant. Like you wouldn't notice it unless you know what it was about. So I mean, it's up to you, bro. It's like, are you gonna stop yourself from being great, or are you gonna go for what you go for? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's coming to a place of we've done so much defense that like when that offense comes, we gotta understand when it's that time to put that work in, because you know the work never stops, and work is something that you constantly get better on, and it's just like you can't be uncomfortable in situations that cause for growth. You should be happy that growth is always placed upon you, and that's one of the things that I look forward to, because you know what I'm saying, like it's the same shit, bro. Like and you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, it's growth, either growth or die at that point, bro. It's like either get better or keep going through the same situations over and over. And that's why it's always about just learning how to be comfortable in any situation. So like when bullshit comes, you can like, oh, this test again. I've learned from this test. This is old. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done this before too many times and keep going back and not learning from it. So anytime you're trying to master a new level of life, you have to understand that there's going to be new dimensions that's going to come with it, new parts of self that's going to come with it. If you're not able to grow with it, you're going to be stuck in the one stage in life that's never going to help you get from A to B. And like I said, well, A to Z, fuck A to B, that's only two places. So I mean, just learn how to just grow past these parts, so you don't have to get tested by the same testers with the same exams all the time. And oh no. And it's like the whole thing is just like the secret societies. It's like the girl in black, like they're telling me like, oh, this is your new girlfriend, this is your new like partner and shit, you should go talk to her. But like why would you adopt a new like lesson when you haven't already beat your old lessons? You know what I'm saying? Like why keep dating? Why trying to keep date? Why keep dating if you're not healed? I understand you heal with people, you grow with people, but at the same time you have to reach a place where when you're what's the word I want to use, when you're able to take a step back and learn from the lessons that you've gone from, learn from the things that you enduring. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's all about not making the same mistakes. Like, all right, well, she's there, and then I can go up to her, talk to her, and then she'd be like, oh, fuck off, and I'll be like, oh, well, that's my whole day. And then I hit this rut of depression and shit, because like all the energy that I just manifested just got kicked back out to somebody else. It's something, man. That's why you got to keep learning. You have to allow yourself to finally get to a place of like, no matter what you're going through, you're able just to grow from it and move on. Because like at the end of the day, it's always you against you, bro. It's not you against the world. The world is always responding to you, because it's your inner world versus your outer world. So once you actually get to see that like full play, bro, that's when you get somewhere you can really like make lessons, and people will learn from you instead of like taking from you all the time. Because like I said, at that point your Garden of Eden will be on earth and is able to grow from. And because I'm still being attacked, I'm gonna end this now, but we're coming back to Path 7. Let's go.